Hello again, I'm Harold Green.
And I am Laura Diaz. Topping our news at 5:30, a young girl has been killed, her young sister seriously injured, and police said that their own mother is the one responsible.
Several Anaheim police officers are under investigation tonight for allegedly sleeping on the job.
She was a nanny hired to take care of small children. Now a tape is showing some disturbing pictures of that nanny accused of child abuse.
The woman caught on tape apparently beating her 4-year-old daughter is now
former
facing the
Southland Catholic
consequences.
priest has been arrested, accused of having sex with a minor.
Sometimes I walk fast past the commotion and try to think deep thoughts as vast as the ocean. Cause as long as I'm thinking, I feel like I'm contributing to staying afloat and not sinking. But I see people surfing in the sky like Basquiat, and I don't ask a lot of questions like why, who, what, where, or how do they do that? I just try to take the pain away with my old school raps. But it doesn't work, and neither do buffering. Tylenol or Advil, man, I think that I'm suffering from post-traumatic stress syndrome. I either listen to too much blues or I just watch too much news. Kip Kinkle and the Trenchcoat Mafia turned their schools into the West Bank. And after the next break, the weather, I'm so numb I can't feel my hand change to the channel cause this doesn't seem real. And while I'm looking for sports, I see a father was arrested for injecting his own son with HIV-positive blood cause he didn't want to pay child support. This is not the plot to a movie, it's the Associated Press. Do we hate it? Yes. Well, it's reality. Not a tape that you can just rewind. What was once a distant thought in the back of your mind is now close enough to reach. So I drove to the beach. Now I'm sitting on the pier asking God why he put me here. Everywhere I turn, I see liquefied images, but it might just be the tears in my eyes. I hear voices that say I'm gonna drown. I like walking with my head down, cause when I do, I look like Jesus walking on water. It's like I belong everywhere. I had a bird's eye view of the ocean, thinking about the news from last night, but this can't be life. I do believe in karma, but what really hurts is that deep down I know that things are probably gonna get worse. Nowadays you can't even have a blind date with a med student, where soon after you break up and tell your friends, yo, she didn't get me. Cause she'll invite you over for some goodbye sex, and you'll wake up in a bathtub full of ice with no kidneys. That's just an urban legend. No, that was her intention. Girls like you make guys like me not wanna trust another woman again. I snap back into the light by the sounds of the salt water changing from blue to white. The waves begin breaking, I take nothing for granted, but I am cynical enough to believe that we can get drafted. They must drink a lot of liquid courage in Washington, cause year-round on C-SPAN, it's the same pissing contest. Watch the youth die young like Janis Joplin as terrorist bombs leave the White House toppling. Ted Koppel and Dan Rather will gather up their belongings, probably even before this song ends. It's almost to the point when I grab a microphone, I see the faces of my loved ones melt away like that one bad guy at the end of Indiana Jones. No, I'm not being comical. Without this catharsis, my residence might be a hospital. I'm just sad, but that quickly turns to anger. I can't be content with making another club banger. Sometimes you gotta vent, it's chicken soup for the soul. So someone pass me a spoon and a bowl. Everywhere I turn, I see liquefied images, but it might just be the tears in my eyes. I hear voices that say I'm gonna drown. I like walking with my head down, cause when I do, I look like Jesus walking on water. It's like I belong everywhere. How come the state of California comes to a screeching halt when there's a car chase on the TV? Hey, it's not my fault, says the home viewer. I wanted to see the cops shoot that sack of shit. It's people like you, the bottleneck on the freeway, to get a better look at an accident. I think I'm getting lost in crime scene photos, out of control technology and corporate logos. I know scientists have rights, fine, but I think science reached a new low when I saw square-shaped watermelons on Nightline. Why must we fuck with Mother Nature, then act all surprised when she fucks with us back? If a nuclear winter was to pop off in the middle of this song, most people would scream, why? Well, I'll be thinking, what took you so long? And history books are all wrong. You think your kid's a genius until you find out the truth was replaced with convenience. Or take a sociopath like Mark David Chapman, who did something horrible, then act like nothing happened. A lifelong Beatles fan reads The Catcher in the Rye, but the book drives him insane, so he gets John Lennon's autograph and then kills him. What? Doctors ask him why he did it. He sits back and calls them fools, all the while The Catcher in the Rye is still required reading in schools. Whether these words give you goosebumps or just bounce off you. Sorry for rambling, I just needed someone to talk to. Cause all this onion chopping shows no signs of stopping. So since we don't have a queen, say it with Cleen. God save America. Everywhere I turn, I see liquified images, but it might just be the tears in my eyes. I hear voices that say I'm gonna drown. I like walking with my head down, cause when I do, I look like Jesus walking on water. It's like I belong everywhere. Everywhere I turn, I see everywhere I turn, I see liquified images, the tears in my eyes. I hear voices that say I'm gonna drown. Everywhere I turn, I see liquified images, but it might. I like walking with my head down, cause when I do, I look like Jesus walking on water. Everywhere I turn, I see liquified images, but it might just be the tears in my eyes.